For the video, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support that you guys been offering on the channel. This is a upload of literally the same live stream that I done roughly a couple of days ago, but that live stream was cut short right as I was getting to the end, so I'm gonna try and speed this one up as fast as I possibly can. But we're gonna be showcasing the two title fights on the main card for UFC 285 in Las Vegas. John Jones versus Cyril Gane main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Alexa Grasso is going to be taking on Valentina Shevchenko for the Women's Flyweight Championship of the world. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. We're not going to waste too much time. Alright, so like I said, this is a re-upload, so I dearly apologize. Also, I will be uploading a video today in regards to Modern Warfare 2. Going to be dropping a gameplay today, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one. We got a person watching the video. What's up? Appreciate everybody stopping by. But yeah, like I said, this is a re-upload, so hopefully nothing happens. I don't know why, but for some reason, I can literally get into a video and all of a sudden it just, you know, like it just fizzles out for some reason. But, yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get started right in here with our first event of the main event cards. Jalen Turner versus Matus Gamrot. Now, both of these guys are extremely great lightweights. Not going to really dive into their fight history like I did with UFC 284, just to speed up this video a little bit longer. I feel like Matus Gamrot is going to come out victorious on this one. I just feel like he has the experience. He's been in there and he's faced you know, guys like Beneil Dariush, who Beneil Dariush is not a slouch. He's not someone to play with. He is a legit contender, and he's coming for the belt, man. He's coming for the belt. We got my good old buddy Jaquan in the chat, my other Splash brother. What's going on with you, man? Yeah, man, we upload UFC content here on the channel. It's another dynamic of my channel. So, yeah, hopefully they hurry up and come out with UFC 5, man. That would be great for EA to do, but I don't know if they're ever going to do that. But regardless of that, yeah, I just think Matus Gamrot's going to come out victorious in this one. I don't really know how he's going to come out victorious in this one. Jalen Turner is an extremely good striker. And I feel like Matus Gamrot is an extremely good grappler. Anytime you go in there with good grapplers, you got to have some form of, you know, grappling yourself. You know, Matus Gamrot went in there with Beneil Dariush, and Beneil Dariush is one of the more experienced grapplers slash submission artists that we have, other than, you know, Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, those kind of guys. But yeah, I just feel like Matus Gamrot is gonna win this one. I'm gonna give him a second round submission win via rear naked choke. I know that sounds kind of weird. Sorry, you guys, I had to take a sip of drink because your boy still kind of recovering from the voice break that I had. But yeah, so give me Matus Gamrot by second round rear naked choke. I know that sounds kind of a, you know, like a weird prediction, but you know, that's how I feel. I feel like Matus Gamrot's going to make it happen on the ground, and he's going to seal the fight with a second round rear naked choke. Now, moving on to our next fight in the main card bout, featuring Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. You know, both of these guys are extremely talented strikers. Rakhmonov does have the grappling advantage. I mean, literally, he's very, very similar to, you know, Islam Makhachev in the way that he grapples, and he's very similar to Khamzat Chimaev, you know, not only because they're in the same weight class. Well, Khamzat is going to be going to 185 here soon, I guess, because he can't make 170 because he walks around like a damn tank. Shout out to Khamzat Chimaev, not a guy I'd want to run into on the street. But, yeah, give me Rachmanov by first round submission. I know that sounds kind of stupid, considering the fact that, Jeff Neal is one of the more up-and-coming welterweights in that division, but, I mean, literally, bro, he lost to Neil Magny. And Neil Magny, I'm not going to sit there and say Neil Magny sucks, but, I mean, Shavkat Rakhmonov beat Neil Magny, I'm pretty sure. And if Rakhmonov beat Neil Magny, what do you think he's going to do to Jeff Neal? You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, Jeff Neal coming off of that, injury he suffered in the last camp that he had, because this fight was supposed to happen in January at the beginning of the year, but, the fight was canceled. Jeff Neal was injured, so, he had to kind of rehabilitate that injury and, get right back into training camp. And anytime, you cancel a training camp, or anytime you get injured, you're so focused on, the injury itself that you just forget about your training. You know what I'm saying? Your training camp is kind of thrown off. You got to worry about getting better, because if you're not at least 90 to 100% in the UFC, maybe 80% at the max, at the minimum, you're not going to do very good in the octagon. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of variables. There are a lot of things that can go wrong. And like I said, Jeff Neal coming back from that injury he had, don't really understand how severe of an injury it was, so I can't speak for Jeff Neal himself. But Shavkat Rakhmonov, man, he's coming for that welterweight belt. Whoever the welterweight contender is, or whoever the champion will be after, Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards square off against one another, Shavkat Rakhmonov is coming for that belt. He's coming for that damn belt. As weird as that may sound, if we take a look at the excuse me. If we take a look at the men's rankings right now in that welterweight division, obviously you have Leon Edwards, who is the champion, sitting at number 1. You got Kamaru sitting at number 2. Colby at number 3. Khamzat is at number 4. Gilbert Burns is at 5. Bilal Muhammad 6. Jeff Neal is at 7. Then you got Luque, Rakhmonov, and Thompson all rounding out that top 10. Now, here's what I think is going to happen. If Shavkat Rakhmonov beats Jeff Neal, like I predict he will take his spot. He'll probably move up and face a guy maybe like Bilal Muhammad, maybe like Gilbert Burns or something like that, to kind of get him in the top 5. Once he enters that top 5, guess what? He has 2 guys he can go for, if one of them can make the weight. Khamzat Chimaev or Colby Covington. Now, once one of those guys face Shavkat Rakhmonov, and if he beats them, guess what? He's going to face the winner of, Leon Edwards or, Kamaru Usman for the belt. And I feel like Shavkat Rakhmonov is a very well-rounded welterweight. Say that 10 times fast. And I just feel like he's going to get it done. It's not even going to be close. I feel like he's going to go in there. He's going to use that wrestling to his advantage. He's going to use that submission artistry to his advantage. So, bro, give me Shavkat Rakhmonov by, second round submission due to a guillotine or something crazy like that. Maybe a guillotine, maybe an arm bar. I could see an arm bar. Being as it's one of the most commonly used submissions in the game. So give me Shavkat Rakhmonov by second round armbar. Fuck it, why not? Moving on to our third fight of the main card. I'm pretty sure this is the main card. Hold on. I believe one of the fights got canceled for the main card, so the way I put it in here. So yeah, it is a part of the main card. I had to make sure. Oh wow, and Jones and Garbrandt got moved up in the prelims. They're headlining the prelims, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully, you know, Garbrandt can get him a win and, you know, get right back into the swing of things at bantamweight. But moving on to Pickett versus you know, Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel is sitting at minus 2,000 odds, which means the guy is a heavy favorite to win this bout. Now, Bo Nickel, as you guys don't know, if you guys don't know, he went to Penn State. He was one of the most decorated wrestlers in collegiate history of all time. And when I think about guys who are extremely talented in that collegiate level, you know, you got to think about guys like Justin Gaethje. You got to think about guys like Michael Chandler. You got to think about guys. I mean, I don't think he wrestled in college. He might have. Henry Cejudo, very talented Olympic wrestler. Daniel Cormier, probably one of the more recognizable collegiate wrestlers of all time. You know, those collegiate wrestlers who make a living in that college scene wrestling, they come into the UFC or whatever fight promotion they're in, and they go and dominate. They go and dominate because that wrestling base is already there. You know what I'm saying? That grappling base is already there. And I don't know if you guys have ever faced a wrestler before. I mean, I've faced a couple. They are strong as fuck. And Bo Nickel, look at this guy. I mean, the man just looks like a mountain of marble, bro. Like, he's like huge. He's a middleweight, you know what I'm saying? He probably walks around at 195, 200 all the time. And, you know, that's not to go against Pickett, because I know Pickett is also an extremely, you know, good wrestler and everything like that. But Bo Nickel is something else. I mean, this guy literally made waves in Dana White's Contender Series, and Dana White just had no words for what he's seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when Dana White sees talent, he sees talent. I mean, even though he's made some questionable calls, like women being in the UFC, look what we got here. But Bo Nickel, he's looking good, man. He's looking good. You know, Pickett, North Carolina product, like I said, really good wrestler. I try not to become too biased when I do these breakdowns of these fights. I just go off what I see, and Pickett seems like a phenomenal wrestler. And I believe both of them are going to be making their main card debuts as well as their UFC debuts. So, you know, already a hell of a start of a career for both of these guys. But I'm taking Bo Nickel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's going to go in there. He's going to get the job done. Give me Bo Nickel by round 3 knockout. I feel like he's going to get him out of there. It might take him a little while to get used to the main card atmosphere of, you know, Las Vegas, being that it is the fight capital of the world. And a lot of times, man, you know, the crowd can overwhelm certain people. And we'll see if either one of these guys can feed off of it. But I'm sticking to my guns. Give me Bo Nickel by round 3 knockout. Okay. Now, moving on to the main, the co-main event of UFC 285 in Las Vegas. For the women's flyweight championship, we have Alexa Grasso versus Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko. Now, both of these females, man, they've been moving up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, Valentina Shevchenko, I think she's had 7 or 8 title defenses, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, you know, a lot of people may say, oh, the women's, you know, flyweight division, a lot of them suck, and that's why she's dominating. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? You face the talent that's in front of you, and if people don't like it, you know, whatever. But Valentina Shevchenko, she's proven time and time and again that she's the woman to beat at, what is it, 125? I think it's 125. And that's just that. You know what I'm saying? Valentina Shevchenko, she's proven that she's the one to beat. And nobody has risen to the occasion in that flyweight division. However, Amanda Nunes did beat Valentina Shevchenko. So, I mean, I'm kind of tired of, you know, her being in the flyweight division. I wish she would move up and try and get that bantamweight belt from Amanda Nunes, but I don't know what Valentina Shevchenko's goals are heading into, you know, her career. But you know, like I said, she's been the most dominant women's flyweight, and you know, she's had career-defining knockouts. You know, she's got some submissions under her belt, and you know, she's a real dangerous fighter. Alexa Grasso, I mean, in her last fight, you know, she beat Araujo to move on to become that #1 contender for the belt. Alexa Grasso is also a phenomenal striker, really good, you know, kickboxer. She doesn't really use kicks all that much. I've seen in the embedded episodes or in the countdown episodes that she was working on her kicks, those lower leg kicks, those, you know, oblique kicks, those body kicks. Listen, kicks are a good way to open up your arsenal, and you can see she's using those kicks now to reckless abandonment against Valentina Shevchenko, and Valentina Shevchenko just picks her up and dumps her, man. But going back to Alexa Grasso, she's in a really phenomenal camp, and she's got some world-class coaches in there. So, I mean, you know, both of these fighters, they've trained well for their fights. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the fight was a tie, if it was a majority draw or a split draw or something like that, whatever it is. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Valentina Shevchenko will get her out of here by knockout. Give me round 3. I think she'll get her out by round 3. I feel like a round 2 and a round 3 rounds, fighters start to slow down, unless you're damn Kamaru Usman, who's looking for the kill. You know, unless you're Israel Adesanya, who, I mean, when you look at him, when he was fighting Kelvin Gastelum that one time, he literally, you know, got the camera put on him and he said, "I'm prepared to die. I'm willing to die." So, you know, unless you have that elite level cardio, you know, sometimes you slow down in those rounds 2 and rounds 3, you know what I'm saying, in those title fights. So, and now Shevchenko's eating up that leg of Alexa Grasso, so we're going to see what happens throughout this fight. But like I said, man, give me Valentina Shevchenko, you know, by round 3 knockout. I just feel like she's going to get her out of there, and it's going to be a day, you know, call it a day. So, now, moving on to our main event of the evening. I know I don't sound like Bruce Buffer. Don't sue me. But, moving on to the main event of the evening, we have Cyril Gane versus John Bones Jones. Now, this is going to be an interesting fight. This is going to be an interesting fight in the aspects of, you know, John Jones, he's been gone for like 3 years, right? You know, he's sitting at 35 years old. You know, he's kind of coming towards the twilight of his career, you know, and oftentimes, more than not, you know, fighters slow down. But when you talk about John Bones Jones, probably the greatest, you know, UFC fighter of all time, you know, up there with the likes of Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson and, you know, Anderson Silva and all those other guys, John Jones has had a phenomenal career. You know what I'm saying? Youngest champion in UFC history. I mean, the guy just came in there and started eliminating people. Machida, Rampage Jackson, Chael Sonnen. I mean, you know, Dominic Reyes. I mean, he was getting everybody out of there. You know what I'm saying? In that lightweight division at 205. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Cormier. Oh, my God. The man literally made Daniel Cormier, Daniel Cormier was a phenomenal fighter. You're talking about a 2-division champ, you know what I'm saying? And Jon Jones just, got him obliterated, you know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you how dominant Jon Jones was when he was at 205. Now he's moving up to heavyweight, different weight class. He's got more body to move around and requires more energy, a whole lot more energy. And I noticed that in the embedded episode, I think it was the first or second episode, I gotta catch up, but he said that at the beginning of his training camp, when they were doing pool drills, he could not for the life of him go down to the bottom of that pool and get the brick and push it up. Now that he's went through his fight camp as he tries to get Cyril Gane in a crucifix there, he's been able to get that brick up, and it's a whole lot more easier for him. So, it's phenomenal to see Jon Jones move up in the heavyweight division. I didn't think it was going to happen. We got speculation after speculation after waiting and waiting and waiting to see what Jon Jones was going to do. But he done what he said he was going to do. And now, he's going to be facing Cyril Gane for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, Jon Jones, obviously, looking to come back and, defeat Cyril Gane for the belt. It's going to be very interesting seeing Jon Jones at heavyweight. Will he gas out? Will he have that same speed, that same grappling ability that he had at 205? That's yet to be seen. Will he be the same elite kickboxer? That's yet to be seen. We'll see on Saturday night. Then when you talk about a guy in Cyril Gane who, is probably the more technical, like one of the most technical heavyweights. Very elite level kickboxer, very fast on his feet, not the best of a grappler, I'll say, because, when he went in there against Francis Ngannou, and Ngannou's really not known for his grappling, he's more known for his striking ability, because, look how big Ngannou is. He could not handle Francis Ngannou on the ground. And Francis Ngannou came in there with some beat-up knees. And you're talking about Jon Jones here, who doesn't have beat-up knees. Yeah, he's coming towards the twilight of his career, and it's going to be interesting seeing how he moves around at heavyweight. But, bro, if you cannot take down a guy with, messed-up knees, and who a guy, that's not really known for his grappling, you're going to struggle against a guy like Jon Jones. I know that's going to sound stupid coming from me, considering the fact that Jon Jones has been out for 3 years. He's going to be rusty. Ooh, but Jon Jones himself, he said, I'm not going to lose to a guy who doesn't train. And Cyril Gane came out himself and said, hey, I don't really train for my fights, and that is dangerous. And Jon Jones made a fairly good point, and I may sound biased towards Jon Jones right now, but the man is probably going to go down as the greatest fighter of all time, and it's not even close. Not even close. He said that you got to do your homework, and he was in there looking at film on Cyril Gane. So do you not think that Jon Jones is going to come in there with a game plan to beat Cyril Gane? You're mistaken. You're mistaken. I just feel like Jon Jones, he's been in the fight game a very long time. He knows what to do. And I just feel like he's going to go in there and he's going to get Cyril Gane out of there. I feel like it's going to take him a while to get Gane to slow down. So give me Jon Jones by round 3 knockout. Give me Jon Jones by round 3 knockout. I know that's kind of interesting for me to say that, considering the fact that Jon Jones has been away from the octagon for 3+ years. But like I said, he's the greatest fighter of all time. And when you're the greatest like Jon Jones, you just you have a knowledge, you have an aspect on the game, and I feel like his fight camp is gonna go really, really well. And I feel like he's done the necessary homework on Cyril Gane, and that's about it. So yeah, give me Jon Jones round 3 or round 4 knockout, round 3 or round 4 knockout. So there's that, man. I just feel like that's how it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So far I'm 8-0. I'm 8-0-1 in my picks. The one draw was from UFC 284, Crute versus Minifield. That was a draw, so that's the only draw I have. Haven't really lost a main. Well, yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. So I'm 4-1-1 right, or I'm 8-1-1 right now. The one fight that I did lose was at the beginning of the year with Glover Teixeira and Jamal Hill. I had Teixeira winning that fight, but Jamal Hill ended up winning that fight. But yeah, so far as I'm aware, I feel like my picks are solid. But you know, we'll see. We'll do a breakdown after UFC 285. UFC 286 is going to be another interesting card. I'm going to have to look up the fights on that one. But so far, Jon Jones in this fight right here, he's had the grappling advantage so far. Both guys are engaging in some really good kickboxing. Both of them have been rocked so far as well. So we're gonna break down the fight, you know, some more. Hopefully we can finish this video off on a good note. By the grace of the gods up above, the internet gods up above. For some reason, the servers just drop, and I don't understand what happens. Beautiful roundhouse kick to the head by Jon Jones. Gonna try and go for the single leg takedown. Not gonna happen. But I can see both of these guys engaging in the clinch. Both are extremely good clinch strikers, clinch grapplers. Both could throw really damaging knees. Now, the one move that Jon Jones does have against him that debilitates opponents is that oblique kick, and you just seen him hit it right there. The oblique kick is something dangerous. A lot of fighters have tried to go on record as saying that it should be illegal. Because, you know, you have guys like Rampage Jackson who say that, you know, his knee was messed up because of that oblique kick that Jon Jones does. But there's really nothing in the rule books that says, hey, the oblique kick is illegal. So what it tends to do is it tends to buckle your knee. You know what I'm saying? And when you buckle that knee, guess what? You're going to lose mobility in that knee. And what happens when you lose mobility? Hey, you might as well bend over and kiss your ass goodbye, because it's going to be dangerous for you. It's going to be dangerous for you. Alright? So going to be really interesting seeing these two guys go at it. You know, so yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, because both of these fighters are known for their kickboxing. Cyril Gane is more or less known for being a very technical fighter. I mean, Jon Jones is technical himself, but Jon Jones really is, you know, very crafty. You know what I'm saying, in his kicks and his arsenal. And yeah, that's really, you know, that's really about it when it comes to Jon Jones. You know what I'm saying? We all know how good of a fighter he is. We know how dangerous Jon Jones is. The question is, how is he going to do it heavyweight? You know what I'm saying? Going to be very interesting. You know, the fight that I go back to when I question how fighters do in different weight divisions is Israel Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz, when Izzy was trying to go for 2 belts. Israel Adesanya, he's a big dude, but when you compare him muscle-wise and kind of like size-wise to Jan Blachowicz, it wasn't even close. Jan Blachowicz clearly was the better grappler. He used his strength and his size to his advantage, and that gave Izzy his first loss of his career. And You know, then when you look at a guy like Alex Pereira, yeah, they're both middleweights, but Pereira is big as shit. You know what I'm saying? Izzy kind of struggles with guys that have more muscle definition. I know that sounds kind of contradictory considering the fact that he beat a guy like Yoel Romero, who, I mean, the guy looks like a damn marble statue. I know I said that about Bo Nickel earlier in his commentary, or in his stream, but Yoel Romero is built different. Built very different. So, going to be interesting seeing how John Jones, you know, fares. And John Jones now sitting at heavyweight, the man is huge. John Jones is huge. Cyril Gane is a big dude as well, but John Jones is looking huge right now. As far as Cyril Gane goes, man, I feel like there will be moments in this fight where he will outclass John Jones. Maybe on the technical side of things, maybe he's going to come in there with a little bit more spring in his step. Because, you know, Cyril Gane has been active, whereas John Jones hasn't been. So it's going to take John Jones a little more time to get used to being at that heavyweight weight class. And, yeah, John Jones going to go straight into a guillotine. We're going to see if Cyril Gane can lock it in. And it looks like Cyril Gane cannot lock it in. John Jones will escape and get out of there. Now that's the dangerous thing about going for those takedowns. If you can't secure them, it's pretty dangerous. If you go to the ground with an elite level grappler, it's very, very dangerous. And I wouldn't consider Cyril Gane a very elite grappler or a very elite submission artist. So, you know, John Jones is pretty much okay when it comes to that. Gonna move to the side guard. Gonna move to half guard right here. Gonna transition back to side guard. Gonna try and get a crucifix on him. Gonna go for that omoplata. Omoplata, I think is how you say it. Yep, gonna try and go for that omoplata, not gonna get it to go.
Such a high level grappler. You don't see that very often. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you gotta be very careful.
But yeah, man, looking forward to UFC 285, man. It's gonna be a very interesting fight card. I believe for UFC 286, I'm gonna have to look up the main cards for that bout. Okay, so we got. Okay, here we go. Okay, so for UFC 286, headlining the main event, we have Kamaru Usman looking to retake his belt against Leon Edwards, who captured it in their last fight. I think that was 282, I think 281, something like that. Then we have Rafael Fiziev versus Justin Gaethje. That's going to be another phenomenal fight. Then we have Doladze versus Marvin Vettori in the middleweight division. Then we have Carolina versus Wood in the women's flyweight division, and then we have Barberina versus I think that's that's probably not Gunnar Nelson, but Nelson in the welterweight division, and that's going to round out the fights for that card. I mean, really only two good fights on this card, the main card per se. So yeah, not really too much to look forward to when it comes to the UFC 286, other than obviously Usman and Leon Edwards getting in there. Obviously, Rafael Fiziev and Justin Gaethje going in there. That's going to be another interesting fight. But yeah, man, it's going to be this year. The beginning of this year is going to have some banger cards. Going to have some really good cards, and then we go into UFC 287. That's going to be Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya for the middleweight championship. Then we have Jorge Masvidal versus Gilbert Burns. Got to be a must-win fight for Jorge Masvidal. Then we got Adrian Yanez versus Rob Font at bantamweight. Then we have another bantamweight fight. Rodriguez is going to be taking on Raul Rosas Jr., who's 7-0 right now, so he's looking really good. And then at welterweight to round out the card for UFC 287, we have Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Kevin Holland. That's going to be another good one. Yeah, we got some good fights on this card, so it's going to be a very interesting card to look at. Now I'm gonna ask you guys this: do you think that Islam Makhachev and Alex Volkanovski will run it back? Do y'all think they will? I don't think they will. I just think both divisions need their champions, and Daniel Cormier said it also, that both of their divisions need their champions, because it's going to keep those divisions moving along. Maybe make this fight, if they're still champions, maybe next year. Maybe, because obviously Islam Makhachev normally fights in October in Abu Dhabi, considering that's a homecoming fight for him. But we move on to the judges' scorecards for this fight right here. Who do y'all think won this one between Jon Jones and Cyril Gane? I think Jon Jones got the decision here. I don't think it's going to happen like this on Saturday, but I feel like Jon Jones is he's gonna knock Cyril Gane out. I think he'll knock Cyril Gane out. Round 4 knockout. Maybe a head kick, probably.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-46. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed UFC.
All right, Jon Jones wins by unanimous decision, and that's going to close out this video, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all did, you already know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. We will be back to break down UFC 286, which is going to be happening March 18th, which is in another couple of weeks. So we're going to be looking to break down that fight as well. That's going to be taking place in London, England. That's going to be the main card of UFC 286. We have a lot of fighters from England on this card, so going to be interesting to see how this fight card turns out. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If y'all did, you already know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe, make sure the notice is turned on so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. But anyways, that's a wrap, you guys. Y'all stay motivated, stay dedicated, always have that Mamba mentality, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.